Hey guys, do you have signs of a roof leak along an interior wall? Some symptoms could be more subtle than just water streaming down. You may just have paint bubbling or peeling on the wall. Sometimes you may have mold or efflorescence appearing near the top edge or bottom edge of the wall. Hang on while I explain the problem in more detail and offer a solution that works. Hi, this is Rick with Marino Custom Works, where every video gives you a new DIY skill, teaches you a construction word in Portuguese, and shows off a bit of the beautiful Azores. If you have a leaky wall or just want to be prepared for this problem, this video is for you. I'll share the products that I use, the simple, easy to obtain tools, and a quick tutorial on how to apply everything to seal up the leak and make the problem disappear completely. This particular house has a functional roof made of corrugated fiber cement panels. The tile placed on top of the panels are only for aesthetics and insulation. They do not actually provide a watertight seal. There's a leak along the wall and the chimney. The roof system has a metal trough beneath the edge of the panels and tile that is failing. Water is intended to fall between the wall and the roof panels, run down the metal trough, and down off the roof. The trough along the wall is inaccessible without major demolition and reconstruction. Somewhere along the way, it either got clogged up with leaves and debris or is leaking through a crack in the wall below the tile level. This is not a problem because the trough can be bypassed with a simple solution. The product that I'm using to bypass the gutter is a laminated roll with a layer of bitumen, which is similar to tar or asphalt, that will bond with both the wall and the roof tiles. You can buy it at most major hardware stores. I recommend going larger than needed on the width because the roll can be cut to size and the remainder stored for other repairs. 1 meter wide is most common. To do the job, you'll need a blade for cutting the roll, a tape measure, a torch of some kind to heat the laminate up and melt it to the surfaces, and a block of wood for guiding the hot laminate along the wall and tiles. Also, it's a good idea to wear gloves to avoid mess and incidental burns, not as I'm doing here. First, clean the area to be sealed. That will be about 10 to 20 centimeters along the wall above the tile and the whole first row of tiles. Just a normal brush will do unless there's heavy mold. In that case, you'll want to use a wire brush and cleaning alcohol to get the surface ready. Next, you'll want to roll out the material on the roof from the top of the section to the bottom. There are different variations for sealing the top edge. You may have a peak that you'll need to overlap a bit, or another wall coming across the peak, as in this case. Here I'm going to make a 90-degree turn up the peak wall. Use your best judgment and think of the best method to keep it watertight. Once the size of the piece is determined and cut, you'll likely need to trim its entire length. Take a section of the material and lay it flat to the wall, 10 to 20 centimeters down to the wall flashing as close as possible, and then round over the top of the first row of tiles. The material should stop at the bottom edge after covering the entire curve of the tile. You don't want to cut it too short or have water flowing down into the seam of the material. It's better to have the water flowing over the material and not into it. Against the wall, you can't help it. However, we're going to coat the material with fiber paint, then regular house paint to make sure this wall seam is completely watertight. And the entire wall seam can easily be visually inspected. You may need to cut additional pieces if you have a chimney or corners in your run. I'll show you these as we go. You'll want to work from the bottom edge of the roof up. This will get any seams that you have overlapped top down so the water flows over them and not into them. It will make more sense as we go along. To start the sealing, lay the laminate in place and shape it to make sure the position looks accurate to how it will be when it's sealed. You'll want to heat up the bottom side of the laminate to get it softened and ready to stick to the wall. I'm showing you a close-up of the melting process on another repair so you can get a better visual on what the material looks like when heated. Be careful not to heat too much or the material will liquefy and lose its even consistency, causing leaks. Conversely, if not heated enough, the laminate will peel off the wall or tile surface and or have buckles in it, allowing water to seep in. Fold the wall side toward you and heat the back side until the membrane is melted and gooey. Then lay it against the wall and press it into the wall with your block of wood. You should see a very small bleed out all the way across. If you have corners around the chimney or another wall, make a cut in the material so that there is a fold and an overlap. You'll want to cut another piece to seal on top of the corner with the cut going in the opposite direction to really seal the edges. As you're working around the corners from bottom up, your seams will overlap naturally so that water will flow over them and not against them. After all the pieces are completely melted to the wall and tile, it's time to apply 2 coats of fiber paint. This will add even more protection and color match the material better. Make sure to apply a heavy amount to the wall seam and to the corners of all your turns. Give this stuff a good amount of drying time before rain, at least 4 hours. After this dries, apply 2 coats of regular house paint directly over it on the wall sections. The final result should look something like this. And that's it. I hope this helps seal the leak on your wall for years to come. Wishing you the driest interior walls, or as they say in Portuguese, paredes. If you've attempted this repair before and have suggestions, drop a comment below and let us know how you dealt with it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our previous videos for more practical tips from right here in the Azores.